Even the smallest dose of fentanyl can be fatal, and the drug is taking hold of communities all across southern Wisconsin. Oftentimes, users don't realize the danger until it's too late. Those are some of the headlines coming out of a discussion this morning in Janesville. Tahlil Mohadeen joins us now. Tahlil?
Eric, this morning's roundtable was made up of medical experts, law enforcement, federal agency officials, and recovering addicts, all joined in a common goal, discussing the challenges fentanyl has produced in Rock County and the measures needed to put an end to the overdoses.
We need to get the word out to people of how dangerous this drug is.
Leading a roundtable discussion on the dangers of fentanyl.
It's still finding its way into our communities.
Republican Congressman Steil says traveling through southeastern Wisconsin, he knows the impact the drug has had.
It's far often too late for the moms and dads that I've talked to who've lost a son or a daughter.
Law enforcement officials say they've taken steps to keep the drug out of Rock County, measures like funding drug investigations and issuing significant penalties for misuse. But they still need people's help combating the problem.
It's really hard to imagine that we would get to the point where we are now, where a drug as deadly as fentanyl would become quite so prevalent.
Sheriff Troy Knudsen says because it's cheaper to make, fentanyl has found its way into all sorts of illicit drugs, catching users unaware.
But when it comes to fentanyl, the fun doesn't last very long. And once you get caught up in the cycle, you don't see anything else.
And Knudsen says the issue doesn't end with those battling addiction.
It's also fueling additional crimes like burglary, theft, and robbery.
On top of that, it's finding its way into the county jail. He says the drug, easier to sneak inside given its small size, was recently the cause of 3 overdoses happening all at once.
The situation looked very dire, very dismal, and I didn't have a huge amount of hope that we were going to be able to bring all of them back. I wasn't sure we were going to bring any of them back.
Luckily, officers were able to rescue all 3, but it was a close call no one at this roundtable wants to see repeated. Officials say the drug was the cause of 47 deaths in Rock County last year, and the sheriff says the jail alone is responding to about 1 overdose every 3 weeks. The Rock County Jail is currently looking at bringing in scanners to help identify the drugs before entry.